When you first met me, it was a bit of a roller coaster. It was going downhill. It was going downhill rapidly. Was in the armed forces for 10 years. I was in the Gulf War, and although it was decades ago, I was starting to suffer from PTSD, which is very strange when it happened 29 years beforehand. I was suffering. I was getting flashbacks. And then I broke 3 metatarsals in my foot. So mentally, I was sort of encaged. And then I became caged physically because I was having difficulty walking. So I couldn't work. And then I found that I was starting to drink more than what I used to do.
You were working, weren't you, for United Utilities?
I was, yeah, but then I couldn't drive because of the foot, and I couldn't walk, and I did a lot of walking for United Utilities, up to 10 miles a day sometimes, and that stopped, and so the bills stopped getting paid, and then it's like a perpetual motion machine. It just gets faster and faster and faster, and all these things will just start to get on top of me. And when I first met you, I've got to say I was probably at one of my lowest points I've ever been in my entire life. I just wasn't me. Wasting away physically as well. I was just drinking.
Yeah, it's good to see you put a bit of weight on.
Yes, I have put a bit of chunk on me now. Yes. But yeah, I used to look forward to you coming over, and slowly but surely you sort of lifted me a little bit. It's a really weird feeling, and it's difficult to explain, but it's like somebody just lifted me and shoved me. I watched a program about elephants yesterday. This is a good analogy. I like analogies. You'll probably find that. And it was about a baby elephant, and they were having trouble finding food, and the baby elephant just didn't want to get up. But Mum knew that they had to carry on, and it sort of they shoved the baby elephant a little bit to keep it walking. Is that an analogy that works? That's how
really
I felt with me. You shoved me. Right, you've got to start moving. You come with us and we'll help you.
Yeah.
And then you started helping me with my finances, and you did a report, and then you contacted which is astounding, because when you're in debt and you're in the position I'm in, you should want to contact the utility companies. You should want to contact the credit card companies, but the fear of doing so, and you've got to do it, but it's just terrifying. And so you did it all. CAP did it all. They contacted them all, and all of a sudden these letters stopped coming through the door one by one. And if one of them did come through, CAP said, let us know and we'll sort them out. And it was just wonderful. And that pressure is just incredible. You can just forget about that and then get on about getting yourself better mentally and physically, because that is not there dragging you down.
Yeah, it's great. And Dave Moffat was particularly helpful with you when you needed to open a bank account, wasn't he?
Dave's quite a character. He knew I was very delicate. He knew if he pushed me too hard, I'd back off. But he knew I needed that little bit of a push, and so he was quite
persistent, but gentle.
Persistent and tenacious.
People looking at you now would just not recognise the Mark that we knew a year and a half ago.
Yes.
So you went through a process with CAP. You became debt free. You didn't have an awful lot of debt. You became debt free quite quickly. And just tell us briefly what life is like for you now.
It's awful for me to say, and I don't feel like I'm rubbing people. I hope I'm not rubbing people the wrong way, but 2020 has been the best year in my entire life. I work full time. I can make decisions without losing my temper. I can make difficult decisions with thought and thinking through. I'm strong and confident. I've put weight on, muscles on. I very rarely drink. At weekends we have a drink together. We don't have a lot, so that's all knocked on the head. I do a lot of exercise. I eat well. I sleep well. My life is absolutely brilliant. My finances are better. I can buy things. We can go on holiday. We're getting married next year. What a difference. What a difference. I feel like me again. I haven't felt like me for years. And I feel like me. And this is me.
Yeah.
This is me now. And this is what Cap and Carol and my mum and dad have done. All three of you. If I didn't have one of those three, then I don't think I'd be in this position I am right now. If I was, it would take me a lot longer.
Yeah. Well, that's just wonderful.
Definitely, yeah, definitely Cap sorted that one side of it out. And without you guys, I definitely don't think I would have. I don't think I'm here today.
Yeah. Well,
Honestly.
thanks, Mark. It's been great to have you with us.